All right. You're now tuned in for another episode of the BTonez Podcast, where here we make sure that your tone is elevated and your voice is heard. And I got a question for you. What type of impact are you leaving behind? Whether it be impact on other people or people who have had an impact on you, how does that frame your life? Do you run around continuously with 9-to-5s, just grinding and hustling, hoping to make another dollar, praying that ends will meet day after day? What is it that you're doing with your life to help somebody who's coming up behind you? Today, we're going to explore a little bit of the conversations that my good buddy Everrol Joseph has had with a lot of customers. I'm going to go ahead and let him introduce himself, talk a little bit about what he does, and how he is in such a position where he can have so many beneficial conversations with good brothers throughout his entire life and going forward. Everrol, welcome to the show, bro.
Up,
Tell the
man?
people a little bit about yourself, you silver fox, you already know. You know I was gonna get you. You know I was gonna get you. I'm trying to catch up, bro. You see my beard? I'm looking
Man, don't rush it, man. Don't rush it. Mine's is hereditary, bro. I've been running from this grave for years, man.
Right.
Yo, I just want to appreciate you even having me on this platform, man, to even speak about these things, brother. I appreciate you and exactly all the love that you've been showing. I know you've been showing brothers a lot of love out here, man, trying to get brothers to get on the right direction.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So I'm just a barber, man. I didn't start off a barber. I was my pops is a barber, and we moved from Trinity, and my mom used to really go to the spot and learn. She'd sit down there waiting for him, watching. She's an artist. So that is how I learned through her. So when she came to the States, she started cutting hair off and on. And I was watching her cut hair. So, I ended up taking her clients. Eventually, I'm like, man, I could do this. But I never took it serious, It was just something, just did. And long story short, I met a young lady and got her pregnant.
Okay.
And that's put me in a hyperdrive. I had to do something. My boy said, why don't you cut hair? I said, cut hair? Come on, man. The family I come from, brother, cutting hair is not it. You better come out stronger than that. They push you to be a lawyer, a doctor. You know what I'm saying? Cutting hair. That was hard, man. But here I am. 2025, brother. One of the best decisions I've ever made in my life, man. Cool. I think I make more impact on more than in other individuals in their life, bro, for real. I've learned so much through this business, man. It has really shaped my life, It's really, it took me to another level, man. Spiritually also.
Yeah, man, I know you a man of God, and you have a way of being very amenable to different clients. Because I know there are a lot of different brothers that sit in your seat. Some who believe like we do, some who do not. And you're able to minister to both alike, man. And that's a skill that not a lot of people have. You never seem to me to be too over religious or anything like that. But you're going to give a good word if you're called to give one. You're not just going to let anybody run roughshod with, principles and things that should not be talked about or should not be lived by. You're going to check, bro. And I appreciate that, man. I always have. We've been, you've been cutting my nappy hair for about over a decade now, I think. Stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I remember we had the idea to do that barbershop podcast thing that LeBron and them
Yeah.
Tell you here right now. We had the idea first.
We had that first, man.
We just not broad, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people.
I think we shot some episodes, didn't we?
We did. We shot 3 episodes.
3 episodes.
On a camcorder. My brother had the footage. He was the editor at the time. I know how to edit now. I did not know that. And we got a couple things edited, but I don't even know what happened, why it didn't fly off and take off. We put a lot into it, but I mean, it wasn't for that. I guess it just wasn't for that time. But I mean, shoot, we sitting here now. We're both a little bit wiser, a little bit grayer. And you know what I'm saying? The one, but I mean, I smile at it because I was just like you, man. I wanted to keep the dark as much as possible. But then, I'm reading the word and they talking about that's like your crown of glory, man. You know what I'm saying? That's that good salt and pepper. You can't cook without salt and pepper. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. But yeah, talk a little bit about your history. You told me why you got into barbering. You know what I'm saying? You didn't expect it. It's been impactful. I want you to talk about some of the early experiences you had being a barber, to where, like, your first instance where it's like, yo, I'm doing something here. Like, this is important. It's not just making somebody look good. Because there's this brother that I follow on my Instagram who goes around giving haircuts to brothers who are homeless and who are out. He takes a video of them prior and then afterwards. And you can just see in the body language and the facial expression, even though someone may even speak a word, you could tell that they felt better about themselves and about the situation. And it's a powerful thing you do, man, with transformation. You know what I'm saying? So just talk a little bit about just the early experiences to where you were really blessed, I guess, to where the experience had an impact upon you.
Just starting off, man, it's met a woman, which is my wife now, and brought her to Christ.
Okay.
And in bringing her to Christ, we end up doing a Bible study in the shop. This is early stages, man. And the Bible study, people start coming, and individuals will really start changing their lives through this thing. She ended up getting baptized after the Bible study, So that was a blessing for me, brother. Bringing my wife to Christ, man. It just felt natural. It was not like I was trying anything. You know what I mean? I was just leading by example, and she ended up getting saved, bro. I mean, I'm talking about it now, and it's like, wow, that was powerful. I had another time, a brother, he would come to the shop, and a lot of the times he would talk about just what he got going on in his life. And I was like, bro, we gotta get back, man. We gotta get back. And we fast forward to maybe a couple of years ago. He said to me, did you know that at that point I was not going to church at all? And the only time I would hear a word, it was from you, man. He said, bro, you saved my life, man. That little bit of word that you gave me, bro, it used to pond in my head. I said, man. He said that to me. I didn't think that it was that impactful,
Right.
But the brother is doing well now, man. So now he's married, happily married, 2 kids, doing this thing, man. Very proud of the brother. I've had the experience where I've cut brothers, man, like the day before they passed, bro. The 2 brothers, I could honestly say that I always was trying to get them to give up the lifestyle, invite them to the Bible study, let's, sit down and reason, man. But they was they were hardened, stiff-necked, you know how we are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they ended up passing, bro. One brother ended up killing himself. The other brother, they found his body up at the Pepsi Cola plant off of 295 there.
Oh.
So, yeah, man, that was real. That hurt me, bro. But the one thing I realized is that we got to open up our mouth, man, whether you want to or not.
Yeah, man.
You got to plant that seed, brother. You know what I'm saying? And I don't feel guilty at all, like I didn't say anything to him. The Lord gave me that peace that I did say something, Because you never know, man. You never know. You never know. Tomorrow's not promised. You never know who you will impact. You never know who will ponder on what you said. So that's what forces me to speak up now more than ever.
It's something that you made me remember. I haven't thought about it in a while in that regard, to where you got to speak up. And I'm glad you said that portion of, y'all gave you peace. Most High gave you peace, even though those brothers passed away when you made an attempt. the opposite happened with me. I say one of the only people, no, one of the few people I know that took themselves out of this world. It was this brother named Rob Samuels that I knew a couple years ago. Real tight, real good friends, man. I met him through a friend. And shoot, man, we went on vacation one time to Puerto Rico and we having a good time, you know what I'm saying? I'm not sensing nothing's wrong with this brother. We get back less than a week later, he takes himself out with alcohol and too much pills.
Wow.
And I go to the funeral, man, and it tore me to pieces because his mother was just like, did he say anything? Did you notice anything? You could like, and I felt it like I'm supposed to be better than I was. And I was not. And that ate at me for a solid long amount of time, man. And the only thing that got me up out of it was the Most High causing my awareness to increase by asking me the question, what will you remember Rod for? What will you remember him for?
Yeah.
And he was one of the most unselfish brothers I've ever met in my entire life. We would go out just to chill, you know what I'm saying? And he would just pay for everything without telling me, you know what I'm saying? Like, and the bill would come back, I'm looking for my side of the check. No. And it wasn't just that, dog. It was like, yo, we go to the Skins game. He paid for the tickets and like everything's like, yo, you trying to roll to the game? It's like, bro, I ain't got the bread for that right now. He said, man, don't worry about it. We up there. Never asked me for the money back. Like he just he didn't think about it like that. He just thought about it as like, I got it. It's an experience. Let's go.
Right.
So unselfish, man. And so whenever I am tempted to kind of clench my pockets or give a cold shoulder to somebody who may need something, Rob flashes in my mind immediately. And it checks me instantly. So instead of me eating myself up about me not doing the right thing because I didn't sense nothing wrong or living righteously, I took something powerful away from it. And just like we've stated, man, you know, the Most High, he doesn't make mistakes. We don't know why he does and why he doesn't in a great manner of many areas. But we know we can trust that he knows what he's doing. And any experience we have with somebody who's here now, maybe gone tomorrow, there's always something to gain from it, man. There's always something to gain from it.
Always.
And that's why the position you're in to stand over so many brothers and transform their appearance while talking to them at the same time is just so powerful, man. I want to find out what was the impact somebody sitting in the chair had on you. Because I know you made an impact on plenty, but what is an experience or story that you have somebody did that said something that's going to change the way you think, change the way you operate?
Man, so many. You know, even like you just say, you can learn a lot from individuals, man. One come to mind, a brother was I was just explaining to him that I don't want my daughter to be a baby mother. And, you know, I talk to her about abstinence. You know what I mean? Just giving her the variables on abstinence and, you know, being promiscuous. And he got at me, man. He's like, E, you ain't grow up like that. You ain't grow up like that. I said, brother, I didn't grow up like that, but that doesn't mean that I shouldn't set a standard for my child, man. Whether she hit it or not, that's all entirely up to her. But I never got that opportunity. You know, the standard wasn't set. So, you know, that was one of the key things, man, that I hope, well, for me, not only for me, that it changed the way I thought. I hope it did the same thing for him as well. You know? And there's so many times, brother, that folks say things, man, that, yo.
What if you said something to steer somebody off the unrighteous path? Because I know you give me counsel all the time with these women. He was like, oh, brother.
Man, you know, most of the time I'm talking, man, I'm talking to myself, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Don't we all? Don't we all?
I'm talking to myself, man. I'm just like, bro, I gotta get myself right, man. You know, I always, my objective is always to, even though I'm winning, man, I try to act like I'm not winning, bro. That's how I keep going, man.
It's a good place to stay even keel, but the evidence is inarguable. Even though you may not be all the way right, which ain't none of us are.
Right.
We're the best material that the Most High can use, because if he used those who were always already right, what hope would it be for the rest of us who deal with like real stuff? You know what I'm saying? Like, I look at it like this. This was a recent epiphany, and it really causes a mind shift, like in perspective. Let me explain. There are plenty of stuff that both you and I know that we can think about right now. There was some grimy stuff that we did back in the day. Maybe some situations where we were not honest, where we didn't behave or comport ourselves the right way or something like that.
Right.
And we look on it with regret because not a lot of people know about that time. But if they did, we would feel shame. The Most High had me classify it like this. All of our lives are a story. From the time from birth until only he knows when our breath is going to leave our bodies.
Right.
And it's a story being written. But there is no story that would ever be compelling without the flaws and the mishaps and the mistakes of the protagonist, the main character, which is you. So, brother, if you had it all the way right, if you wasn't out there in them streets, if you didn't meet your wife, if you didn't have the barbershop to go to where you eventually had a Bible study, if she became baptized, if it weren't for the life you had lived prior to all that, you wouldn't see the contrast, because all of that would be all good all the time. But because you saw the contrast and you chose the righteous path, as rocky and rough as the word even tells us that it is, that enriches your story and gives you more wisdom. Because now when you hear brothers in the chairs like, yo, I'm going down to Brazil this weekend. You know what I'm saying? I'm going down to no. Let me keep it close to home. What's the Trinidad Carnival joint? That's what me and you talking about. I ain't never been. You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
And you have told me plenty of times, never go. Never go, brother. Never go. I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna listen to you, man.
The joint is addictive, man.
I bet.
It's very addictive, bro. Once you get a taste of that thing, man, it's like, I haven't tasted crack, but I could imagine that first hit. That first hit, man. Oh, man. The Trini has been blessed with a lot of beautiful women, bro.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And they're very easy to talk to. They're not giving you no cold shoulders or nothing, man. They embrace you with Trini love, bro.
It's happiness in the Caribbean. Why wouldn't you be happy?
Yeah, man. The sunshine, the beach.
The beach.
The food.
The fruit.
Yeah, the fruit, yeah.
It lifts your spirits, man.
Yes, man, it does. It does. A lot of people live a lot of stress-free lives out there, man.
You ain't lying.
You know what I mean? We're more stressed out than they are.
What's one place right now that comes to your mind that if you could teleport right now, you and all your stuff, and live there right now, where would it be?
Man, there's an island in Africa, Zanzibar.
Zanzibar. That's right.
There's a bunch of islands right there. Oh man, that thing is beautiful, bro. What? Man. And to know all of this is with sin. Man, what?
But it's not impossible for brothers like you and I to still access that, even, in this day and time.
Right.
And I say that with confidence because we know the one who owns all of this.
Yes.
We got his word, his testimony that says the earth is the Lord and the fullness thereof. Does it not?
Fullness thereof. Yes, sir.
If it is that, then it's simply a matter of belief, of asking our Father for something and believing he's going to supply us with it, which I can understand can be difficult, especially with the size of your ask, even though he asks us to ask with faith and with belief, because he does that type of stuff. But you don't ask him, he won't give it to you. Let me say this, because I know we've also discussed the the state of like the youth in this nation right now. It's completely different from when me and you come up. Bammers don't know about cassette tapes and CD players. They ain't never seen them, man. You know what I'm saying?
I just talked about that the other day, man. I spent the whole night recording, man.
Whole night, that's what you had to do.
The whole night I was recording. I said, boy, this week is going to be fire.
So 95.5 used to have go-go hour at 9 o'clock to 10. And they would play some solid joints, man. But when they played that Get in the Water, I would be waiting. I'd be waiting there next to the show. You know what I'm saying? With the two fingers, because you got to press play and record at the same time.
Right.
To record. I was like, man, I made that tape and I filled it all the way up. I spent like a week every night. I would listen to something, make sure I ain't had the same stuff twice. And I made me this tight go-go mixtape, man. Don't know where that thing is today. But it's straight vintage, man. Vintage go-go, dog. Yeah.
I did something like that one night, man. All night I'm recorded, bro. All night. Your boy, oh man, I'm on that thing. Boy, play, pause, I'm getting it. I'm like, woo, this thing is gonna be fire in my Walkman. Boy, when I finally get to put that thing in my Walkman, nothing was recorded, man. Nothing was recorded, bro. I wasted all that time. I forgot I had to put the somebody broke the tabs at the top.
Yeah.
I wasn't paying attention. Oh man. I was so hurt. But you know, you live and you learn, man.
Hey, yeah, that's exactly what I was about to say. That's the lesson that comes with the mistake that you make. Because of the fact that you spent all night recording and nothing got recorded, you ain't gonna do that twice. You're not gonna do that twice.
No. But you'd be surprised, brothers do the same thing over and over, man. You would think that because they have the experience, they would hone into that and then do better. But bro, you would be surprised. You got brothers still doing the same thing. I don't know what that is, man. I don't know if it's a spirit. I don't know what that is. I've never experienced anything like that.
You get a lot of that in your chair, I'm sure.
Like, yo, what is wrong with this brother? Why you just want to, you keep doing the same thing over and over? And they'll say, man, I don't know what's wrong with me, man. I said, Lord help this brother. Some brothers I got to pray over, man. I silently pray over them, man, while I'm cutting. I said, Lord, you got to help this brother.
See, that's you. That's what's necessary. How many barbers do that? I cannot tell you how many barbershops that I gone into. They just talk about nonsense the whole time. Profanity-laced nonsense the whole time. You walk out of there, you may look cleaner, but you're dumber on the inside.
Of course.
Like it's happened too many times, man. I remember stay out Largo. There's a Largo barbershop right in Largo Town Center, right there. And I remember when it was taken over by this he was like an older barber. He had like the coat. You know what coat I'm talking about.
Yeah. White coat.
Yeah. And he was in the first chair. He was in the first chair, and he had a bunch of brothers lined up after him. And, man, when he ran the shop, he ain't allowed none of that, man. None of that talk while he was in there. Right. But then later on, he got a little bit older. He had to retire, and the joint transformed. I'll never forget it. He really set the culture in there to be something, something positive, something good, something building. They're not just talking about nonsense the whole time.
It's important, especially for the youth, man. You got fathers, you got brothers, sisters, uncles coming in there, children.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to set that precedence, like you said, man. Do something positive, bro. We got so much negative around us, man. Come on. Somebody got to hold the flag up, bro.
Somebody
got to hold that banner, man.
Well, man, I'm looking at one brother who's been holding it up very well for as long as I know him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, real talk, bro. It's always a pleasure coming to your shop. That's why I drive 5,000 miles to get out the way you at.
I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. No matter
where I live, it's all the way out that way.
Let me tell you. Let me give you one joint where it just came to me. I remember my mother always used to tell me that whatever happened last night has nothing to do with today. Right? So you need to live separate. That shouldn't fall into today. And so I was clubbing the night, man, Saturday night. But I promised the brothers I'm gonna be there at 7:00 on Sunday morning. So you talking about almost coming from the club, smelling like it, boy. Got the Henny brewing from the pores. And I did that for some time. And one of the clients I used to deal with was a Muslim brother. And he would see to shake his head. He's like, look at this boy. Look at this guy. Because in between cuts, I would have to go, throw up, come back. Well, I was a mess. He made this statement last year. And it was a bunch of brothers in the shop. He said, y'all see this brother right here? I've been waiting for this brother to fall back. This is him speaking. He said, man, I know a lot of people, man, that they talk about they change their life, but they just all go backwards. But this brother right here, y'all don't know this brother right here. This brother right here has transformed his life, man, and I can't believe it. So here goes my opportunity. I said, brother, the one thing you know is that Everrol's God is real. That's what you know. You know what I'm saying? I told him that, man, and he looked at me. He's like, he started to laugh, man. I said, yeah, you know, Everrol God is real, man. Just by what you just said. You know, so it's been a journey, brother, and I'm glad that, you know, the Lord is using me in so many different ways, man. At first, I really thought that I was salt, meaning not the salt of the world, but in the Caribbean they call salt like you've been cursed. Oh, because of all the things I've been going through, bro. I didn't know that the Lord allowed these things to happen for me to be able to speak today. I'm speaking about marriage. I'm speaking about kids. I'm speaking about this, that, the streets. Yeah, man. So I'm just blessed, brother. I'm blessed, man. I'm just glad to be here, you know? Every day is a blessing. Every day is a blessing.
This last question with you, man. You answer however it comes to you. What's one thing that you're looking forward to in life going forward?
Boy, to retire. You know, to pass on the baton. You know what I mean? To have young brothers out here just spreading the word, man. You know what I mean? That's what I would love to. But so far, boy, I'm telling you, these youngers, I don't know. But the Lord will definitely, I'm sure he has somebody out there.
Correct.
Right? Even if it's just one.
Even if it's one. Right. He might find you off of this. You never know, man.
Yeah.
It is said that the Most High works in mysterious ways.
Right? Yes, he does.
The depth of that statement is not even fully comprehensible. He really, really does things in ways that we do not expect him to do. Yeah. So, bro, man, I appreciate you stepping by. We've been talking about this for a while. I'm going to be in your seat in another 2 weeks from today, looking this fresh again, I hope.
I appreciate you, brother.
You still going to be the minister with the Clippers, bro.
Man,
seriously, man.
I appreciate you, boss. I appreciate you, man, taking out your time to even just interview me, man, you know. And may y'all bless you, man, for real.
What's up? That's what I wanted to ask. If you want to get more people in your seat, like is there a website they should go to get a cut?
You can get in contact with me, cell phone, 240-305-7116. In the Laurel area, right off the Beltway.
Yeah, man, we're going to put it in there. If y'all want to get fresh and get a good word, I done shown y'all where to go. If you can't say I didn't. But man, this has been the BTonez Podcast with another great episode. My brother Everrol Joseph, I thank him definitely for coming by. And until the next time we meet, may the Most High bless and keep you.
Much love, brother.